My name is Comrade Prince Wari Akamo, the author of Phonetics, Tertiary institution and secondary school. The aim behind writing this particular textbook is to the fact that I've seen that in this country, most of the students taking English or writing exams that involve phonetics always run into problems due to lack of adequate knowledge. Based on this, I believe that this work will go a long way to boost the intellectual muscularity of the student. So I would advise every intelligent aspiring student make sure he or she gets a copy of his textbook and the CD alongside with the video CD. So with this, I welcome you and happy viewing.
Hello students. Hello sir. You are welcome to this refreshing and expository phonetics lecture. It's a known fact that most students have nightmare when it comes to phonetics. Reason being that phonetics is a branch of English language or branch of any language that deals with sounds. And sounds are unique. I would really like to start with what phonetics is all about. Phonetics is the study of the speech sounds being produced by human beings. So when you study it, you are studying phonetics. But we've come to realize that in Nigeria, most users of the English language are always confronted with problems when it comes to proper pronunciation. For instance, some of our brothers from Akwa or Calabar, instead of saying champion, you say yampion. So they take chap for ya. Instead of saying Ikeja, they will say Ikeya. To some people, when they want to say jump up, they will say jump up. A typical Yoruba man will say rice in place of rice. A typical Igbo man that is not sound in pronunciation will say oily in place of oil. All these wrong pronunciations, they've so much eaten into the vibrate of our pronunciations. And all these are together to bastardize our pronunciations. And as a student, if you are not pronouncing words correctly, automatically you are kissing your credibility goodbye. So based on that, before we proceed, I would really like to look at some words that students always pronounce wrongly. Let's see, I type it words and transcription. You see the word and spelling. For example, the first word there is Divorce. Most students will pronounce this as divorce. This is not divorce, this is divorce. Say it. Divorce. Again. Divorce. The second one is Elite. Most students will say elite. No, but this is elite. Say it. Elite. Again. Elite. Now let's move to the next one. Above. Is not above, but above. Say above. 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 The next one is Orange. This is not orange, but orange. Orange. Say it. Orange. Say it. Orange. Now the next one is Liquor. This is not liquor, but liquor. Say it. Liquor. Now let's take the next one. Blood. This is not blood, but blood. Say it. Blood. Please, students, I want you to know that repetition is the mother of all skills. Therefore, make sure you repeat after me. Let's take the next one. WOMEN is not women. It's not women, but women. Say it. Women. The next one is LANGUAGE. It's language. Not language, but language. Look at the next one. SUCCESS. It's sexes. Say it. Sexes. Now look at this. SUITE. It's not suit. Suit is SUIT. But when it comes to S-U-I-T-E, is sweet. Pronounce it. Sweet. 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 Just the way you pronounce your S-W-E-E-T. Sweet. Same goes to S-U-I-T-E. It's not sweet, but sweet. Let's take the next one. E-W-E is not a way, but rather it is you. Pronounce it. You. Again. You. F-I-N-A-N-C-E. Most of them pronounce it as finance. It's not finance, but finance. Pronounce it. Finance. Again. Finance. Again. Finance. Now, most Nigerians pronounce some words in a very bad way. Look at F-O-R-K. It's not fake. The right pronunciation is fuck. Pronounce it. Fuck. Again. Fuck. Fuck, not fake. Fuck. Now let's see the next one. G-U-I-T-A-R. It's not guitar. Rather, it is what? Guitar. Say it. Guitar. Again. Guitar. Again. Guitar. Now let's see the next one. G-A-R-A-G-E is garage, not garage. Not garage, but garage. Pronounce it. Garage. 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 The next one is G-E-O-G-R-A-P-H-Y. This one is not geography, but geography. Say it. Geography. Again. Geography. Again. Geography. N-D-I-C-T-M-E-N-T is indictment. Again. Indictment. It's not indict. The C here is not pronounced. So not indictment, but indictment. Then the next one is U-M-P-T-E-N-T. Optings. Pronounce it. Optings. Again. Optings. Then the next one is E-N-G-I-N-E. This one is not engine, but what? Engine. Say it. Engine. I've had people, especially from our brothers from the East, they say engine. But they say they will say engineer. The word itself is engine. Engine. The next one is Q-U-A-Y. Not way, but he. Pronounce it. He. Again. He. Again. He. Now let's take the next one. V-E-H-E-M-E-N-T. It's not vehement. Rather, vehement. Say it. Vehement. Again. Vehement. Let's see the next one. A-R-C-H-B-I-S-H-O-P. The word is not Archbishop, but Archbishop. Say it. Archbishop. 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 D-U-P-B-O-N-R-D is not cupboard, but cupboard. Cupboard. Say it. Cupboard. Not cupboard. Cupboard. T-H-R-E-E. T-H-R-E-E is not tree, rather three. You need your tongue. Three. Say it. Three. 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 Now let's see the next one. S-U-R-E is share. Share. Say it. Share. Now let's see. Most students always have problem with this. S-T-U-D-E-N-T. It's not student, rather students. Say it. Students. 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 Let's now see. V-E-H-I-C-L-E is not vehicle. No, but vehicle. 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 And the next one, C-A-B-A-B-L-E is not capable. Rather, capable. Say it. Capable. 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 G-A-O-L is not gaol. It's jail. Pronounce it. Jail. The way you pronounce your J-A-I-L. Jail. Same goes to this. Pronounce this. Jail. That is good. Now, L-A-U-D is not loud, but Lord. Pronounce it. Lord. The way you pronounce your L-O-R-D. Love is the way you pronounce this. Love. Pronounce it.
Love.
Now let's see the next one. Character. It's not character. Character, no. But character. Say it.
Character.
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 Now let's see the next one. FLOOD is flash. Flash. Say it.
Flash.
Not flood. Flash.
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 Let's see the next one. REFER is refer. Refer. Say it.
Refer.
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 Okay. Now let's see the next one. OWEL is not vowel. First and foremost, take it. The W must not be pronounced. The word is vowel. Pronounce it. Vowel. Again. Vowel. Okay. Let's see this. BROCHURE is not bronchial. It's not what? Bronchial. Rather, brochure. Say it.
Brochure.
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 That is good, students. Look at this. FACADE is not facade. Rather, facade. Say it.
Facade.
Again, facade. Alright, let's see the next one. ARCHITECT is not architect, but architect. Say it.
Architect.
Again.
Architect.
Again.
Architect.
Alright, let's see the next one. GIGANTIC is not gigantic. It's not what? Rather, it is gigantic. Gigantic. Say it. Gigantic. It is gigantic. So from the examples mentioned above, you realize that most students are always confused when it comes to the proper using of sounds. So with this, we have to start with our lectures.
Hello students, you are welcome to this expository and refreshing phonetics lecture. This CD, which also has a book with the title Phonetics for Tertiary Institutions and Secondary Schools, is accompanied with a textbook which is aimed at teaching students the requisite lessons of phonetics and phonology.
Now, we said phonetics deals with the study of how speech sounds are being produced. Then you start asking yourself, how? Every human being must speak, as you all know, and speech production as a human being, for you to talk, your speech starts from your lungs. Your lungs. Speech production starts from where? Let's say this. Let's quickly say this. If I have something of this nature, let's presume that you have your lungs. Then let's say this one is your trachea. Your trachea is also like the windpipe. For you to talk, you must be able to generate air from your lungs. That's why we say that speech starts from the lungs. Now, when this air is being pushed, it will pass through the windpipe. Now, in our throat region, this throat region, we have two pipes. One is for food, known as the bullet or esophagus. The second one is the windpipe, also known as the trachea. What is the purpose? It will allow your air to flow out through your throat to your mouth region. Animals can vocalize, but they cannot verbalize. But when it comes to human being, we can speak. Why? Let's see. There's what we call air stream. The air stream is that air that comes from your lungs. When it gets to where we call the larynx, right? The larynx in a man, where we have the Adam apple, there is what we call glottis there. The function of the glottis we have to generate what we call the voice or the voiceless sound. At a particular point of the larynx, there is something there that we have to magnify that air, and that is what we call your glottis. Now, when the air is coming, it will get to the mouth region. You have what we call your organs of speech, such as your teeth, your lungs, your lips, the roof of your mouth, which is known as the hard palate or the soft palate, the teeth ridge and some other part of the mouth. All these will come together to help to modify that sound into speech sound. That's why you see that we can talk. When your air is coming out from your lungs, through the mouth or the nose, we can talk. As well can decode what you are saying. So based on that, you realize that it is very important for you to know your speech sound mechanism. As the air will come out from here, the air will be pushed out, and from there it will move to the throat region where it will meet the vocal cord. The vocal cord is also known as the vocal folds. Right? So at a particular region, you realize that such folds, they help to determine your voice and your voiceless sounds. So when you're talking of phonation in phonetics, your vocal folds play very prominent role. We have what we call the branches of phonetics. The branches of phonetics. The first one is articulatory phonetics. Articulatory phonetics. The second one is auditory phonetics. The third one is acoustic phonetics. This one is known as acoustic, not acoustic, acoustic. So the branches of phonetics, we have the articulatory phonetics, auditory phonetics, and acoustic phonetics. The first one, known as articulatory phonetics, deals with how speech sounds are produced, how you pronounce your words. That's what we call articulatory phonetics. Articulation means producing sounds. Then what is the second word? Auditory is from the word hearing. It is auditory phonetics deals with how the speech sounds are being perceived. How the speech sounds are being perceived. Then the third one is acoustic phonetics. This one deals with the physical property of the speech sounds, that is the speech waves from the mouth of a speaker. So when you start studying such wave on any speech device, that's what we call acoustic phonetics. Now, since we've mentioned the three, let's quickly move to the first one, which is the core of today's lecture, articulatory phonetics.
Hello, students. You are welcome to this expository and refreshing phonetics lecture. This CD, which also has a book with the title Phonetics for Tertiary Institutions and Secondary Schools, is accompanied with a textbook which is aimed at teaching students the requisite lessons of phonetics and phonology.
Articulatory phonetics is how speech sounds are produced. And if you look at it properly, your speech sounds cannot be produced without your organs of speech. The organs of speech, they are those organs that will help to modify or obstruct your airstream. They include the following: lips, teeth ridge, hard palate, soft palate, lungs, windpipe, your teeth, your vocal cord, also known as your Google phone. Your glottis, now when you talk, first you must generate air from your lungs. The lungs are very important when it comes to the production of speech sounds. If I want to pronounce a word like boy, boy starts with B, B, B. But when I want to pronounce B in phonetics, B is a letter. But in phonetics, I will not say B, I will say P. I'm talking about the sound. Now, if I want to pronounce, okay, let me say B. Now, I want you to notice the air that is coming from your lung through the vocal cord to your mouth. The air will be blocked by your lips. Take it gently. Take it. B. That means that your lips are obstructing the pronunciation of B. Isn't it? Alright, there is a lot of you. We have the teeth ridge, we have the hard palate. Where do we call the teeth ridge? The teeth ridge is just a place. Let's presume that this is your teeth. This is your teeth. Now this is the wall of your life. Roof of your mouth. Here. So if you look after the teeth, this region is what we call the teeth ridge. Then also here, the roof of your mouth, which we call palate. This is your teeth. From here to here will be what we call a hard palate. We call it what?
Hard palate.
Again?
Hard palate.
When you touch it, it is hard. Then you now put your finger inner, right? You realize that from here to here is soft. We call it soft palate. Again?
Soft palate.
Take it, soft palate. Okay? Then we have your lungs, your windpipe, also known as trachea. Have your teeth, your vocal cord, also like a vocal folds, and your glottis. Now, since you know your organs of speech, the organs of speech, you have some that can move from one direction to the other in the mouth, and there are some that are static, that they cannot move. That one that can move is what we call an active articulator. We call it what?
Active articulator.
Active articulator. First, what do you understand by articulator? Articulator is also known as organ of speech. So if I say articulators, which means that other name for articulators should be what? Organs of speech. Other name for organs of speech will be what? Articulators. So that's one that can move, such as the tongue. The tongue can move up, down, it can move in different direction. We call that active articulator. But the rest, don't forget that your tongue is part of your organs of speech. The tongue is part of your organs of speech. So the tongue is your active articulator, while the rest are passive articulator. Because the rest are passive articulators because they cannot move. When your air is coming from your lungs, the air will either pass. Let's see, your air is coming. This air, if it goes like this, right? The air will either pass through the mouth, or through the nose. Is that clear?
Yes.
If it should pass through the mouth, you realize what we call oral sound. But if it passes through the nose, you realize what we call nasal sounds. Nasal. The transcription is like this. Nasal sound. They want to say oral. Oral sound. Now, we'll be able to differentiate between the oral